Guys, welcome back. So if you have been watching my videos for a while, you would remember about this original series that I had started on my channel called FaceOff, which was basically about comparing two very similar products to see which one was better off. Now I know that it's been quite some time since I've actually done a FaceOff episode, so when I purchased this PAC Retro Matte Lip Gloss, I thought I should probably pit this against one of the other liquid lipsticks I have and see which one is actually better off. And so, for this episode of Face Off, I'm gonna pit this against the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip to find out which one is actually worth the money and the hype. So if you want to know which one of these win, keep on watching. So starting off the Face Off, we have PAC Retro Matte Gloss and we have ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. Now let's talk about PAC first. Now first of all, I have a problem with the name. It says PAC Retro Matte Gloss, but it's not a gloss, it's a proper matte liquid lipstick. So I don't know why they've named it a gloss, because it really isn't. But this is what the packaging looks like. You have lips on the front and you have Go Retro written on the back. You have their logo over here. By the way, this is in number 07, which I think is one of the more popular shades in the range. And finally, this is what the actual lipstick looks like. They've definitely changed the packaging, because I remember when these first came out and I would see the swatches of it online, like on YouTube, and the packaging was a lot different. I think it was a clear transparent body and you could see the whole color coding thing, but now they've changed it a little and I quite like it, if you ask me, to be honest. I think it's quite trendy. So the PAC Retro Matte Gloss retails between 500 to 550. I'm not exactly sure, but I will leave the link and all the other details in the description box, so you can go check it out and order it for yourself. Now coming to the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip, this is where it gets a little tricky, because in India we do not yet have a proper bona fide seller who sells ColourPop. Like, I literally cannot wait for Nykaa to start selling ColourPop. I am gonna lose my mind when it does. But for now, you have various Instagram stores which do sell ColourPop cosmetics. Some of them even actually have their own website. So what I'm basically trying to say is the pricing of the Ultra Matte Lip or just any other ColourPop product ranges from seller to seller, but for the Ultra Matte, I think the general price range is between 600 to 800, which I know is a little steep compared to the PAC one. Coming to these swatches, I will not be swatching these on my lips, but I have swatched them on my hand and I will be talking about this for a while. But before, let me quickly clarify that I actually have two ColourPop matte lips, but for this episode I will be comparing Avenue with the PAC one, because this is what I wore for the whole comparison thingy. You're gonna see pictures in a while, but for now, Avenue is the one that we will be talking about in this episode. Coming to the swatches, first we have the PAC Retro Matte Gloss in number 07, which as you can see is a stunning mauve nude, which I think will look good on literally everybody. Like, whether you have deeper skin tone or you have fairer skin tone, I know it really looks good on literally everybody and anybody. Also, this actually is a lot similar to Coffee Light by Lakme Lip and Cheek Color, which again is a dupe for Kat Von D's Lolita. Like, a lot of people say that Coffee Light is a dupe of Kat Von D's Lolita. I wouldn't personally know, because I do not own Lolita. But what I'm saying is, if you want Lolita and you do not have the money or you do not have the means of purchasing it, you can either get the Coffee Light one if you want a more creamy formula, or you can just straight up get PAC number 07 if you want it in a proper liquid lipstick formula. Next we have Avenue by ColourPop. This again is actually one of my all-time favorite red lipstick. Like, I own I think 5 or 6 red lipsticks, red lip products. This is actually my all-time favorite and I only wear it for the most special occasions. And once again, this actually looks good on everybody. It's a deep, kind of like oxblood, but not exactly. It's a little lighter than, I would say, oxblood red, but it's a beautiful deep cool tone red, which I don't know, I'm just a big fan of Avenue. I think it's just beautiful. Finally, we have TULLE, which is also what I'm wearing on my lips, and I do personally think it looks better on my hand than on my lips. But yeah, these were the swatches, and now let's get on with the general review. Coming to the formula and the general application between these two, first let me talk about PAC. So PAC actually has got a thinner formula compared to the ColourPop one. Like, the ColourPop one I feel is just a little bit thicker, which is why I feel it personally that it's a little difficult to apply the ColourPop liquid lipstick, whereas this one I find it a lot easier to apply. it glides on the lips. It of course dries solid matte, but when you're applying it on your lips, I just feel like this goes on a lot smoother. Now between these two, this dries a lot quicker. Like this will just take like 10 to 15 seconds, whereas this will take I would say 40 seconds to maybe a minute or so. So if you're in a hurry, I think you will love ColourPop. But this also actually has its con, which is that if you, let's say for example, mess up, like when you're applying a liquid lipstick and you just mess up, you really do not have the time to clean up because it just dries so fast. So cleaning up a mess and taking it off is definitely a problem with the ColourPop one, which is not the case with PAC, because PAC is actually really slightly more comfortable wear than the ColourPop one. So out of these two, both of these are actually really light on the lips and you barely feel them once they dry. But I will say that the PAC one is a little more forgiving on the lips, in the sense that it is not that drying. Like ColourPop is really drying on the lips. When it says it's ultra matte, it really is ultra matte, and it is not joking with you. It is so matte that if you have dry lips or if you just have cracked lips, it's gonna sit into those little cracks and crevices of your lips, and that just looks so unflattering. PAC does that as well, but not as much as ColourPop does. So if you are somebody who has dry lips, first of all, you need to really scrub your lips well and moisturize them for a long time before you apply any of these. And especially for dry lips, I think you should go for PAC over ColourPop, because even I have dry lips. Like I have normal lips and ColourPop makes them look so dry. So for dry lips, I think this would be a safer bet. So now I'm actually gonna show you some pictures of how these two worked on me throughout the day on 2 separate days. But before I do that, I first of all want to give you 2 heads up. First of all, the selfies are really unflattering, so please forgive me. And second of all, I actually wore Avenue the day I was out with a friend for lunch. I actually also wore the same kurti. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know what I'm talking about. So what I want to say basically is that I got butthole lips the moment after I had a meal, so I kind of had to reapply Avenue because I could not carry on with the rest of the day looking really bad and weird. So I had to reapply this. That's one thing that I want to mention, but I did not do so with the PAC one. I just applied it once in the morning and then I took it off at night, not in the evening, so you can actually see how well PAC worked on me throughout the day. And now let's just look at the selfies. Now that you've seen the selfies, I hope you have an idea of how long lasting these two are. Personally, if you ask me, I would say that they are almost at par with each other, but I will give props to PAC because even after it goes out completely, washes out completely from my lips, it still leaves behind a subtle uniform stain. Emphasize on the word uniform, because what ColourPop does is just take the color away from the center and then you still have lipstick on the rims, and that just looks so unflattering. So I will give negative points to ColourPop for giving me butthole lips. So out of these two, I think you have guessed it already, but in case you haven't, my choice is actually PAC because this is more available in India, like more easily available in India compared to ColourPop, because like I said, they do not yet have a bona fide seller. Also because this is a lot more forgiving on lips, it's a lot more comfortable to wear, easier to apply, leaves behind a uniform stain, and I think PAC really has done a good job with their retro matte gloss. So out of these two, I would say go for this. That's it for I think the first FaceOff episode of 2017. I don't think I've done it this year before this. So let me know how you liked it in the comments, and if you have any suggestions for this series, you can leave those in the comments as well. And I don't know when I will see you, but I will see you guys very soon. Bye.